Thank you for coming here. My name is Dalia MacPhee, and I am a fashion designer. But it is not as important what I do as how I think. You see, I believe every good idea has its time. 18 years ago, I took a chance. I started my own clothing line. And amazingly, in 1 year, I was in 1,500 stores and almost every major department store. And I've been honored since to have dressed pretty much every big name and celebrity in Hollywood. So you could say, I came out with a good idea at the right time, right? Yes. Right. Now, my timing's not always this good. 14 years ago, I had a dream. The dream was to merge fashion with technology. So I introduced to the world something no one had ever seen before. A pair of jeans. But not just any jeans. The first light-up jeans in the world. Washable, fiber optic, powered by a small battery in the front pocket. And we had many designs, but I always loved this one because if you're at the bar and someone's bothering you, you could just kind of point to the pocket and go, well, you know where you can put your lips. Okay, so here's what happened. I make some calls. I get a meeting with Macy's, okay? Macy's. So I book my flight. I'm at the airport. I'm wearing the jeans. I run through security. Bam, sensors go off. Now, this is after 9/11, so the atmosphere is a little bit tense, right? The guard starts patting me down and is like, why do you have wires and a circuit board in your pants? And I'm like, oh, no, I'm a fashion designer. You know, these are the first light-up jeans in the world. Let me show you how they work. Forgot the battery. This is a true story. So now I'm surrounded by 15 of these guys with wires hanging out of my pants. They all think they got the next suicide bomber, and I'm like, this is not a good moment for Dalia MacPhee. So I realized, you know, I'm either going to give the sales pitch of my life with no battery and convince all 15 of these guys that I'm wearing the first ever light-up jeans in the world, or I'm on my way to prison, right? So I worked my magic. And by the end of that, I had every guard there completely convinced that I was wearing the world's first ever butt bomb. Luckily, I found a spare battery, demonstrated the jeans work, they let me go, and I made my flight. And I get to Macy's, and Macy's loves it, and they place an order, a big one. And as I'm leaving, the buyer looks at me and says, Dalia, this is either going to be our biggest hit or our biggest flop. So I worked my butt off for 4 months. That's all it took. And in 4 months, these jeans had become Macy's #1 flop. But I didn't give up, because every good idea has its time. So I licked my wounds, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and bam, Bluetooth comes out. And wires have been replaced by copper threads, and the world has changed. And it was time. It was time to revisit this old dream, add in some new ideas and the latest technology, and come out with something that I felt the women of today would want. And you're the first ones to see it. Introducing the world's first ever intelligent purse. Now, your smartphone may be smart, but this purse is genius because she can do anything your phone can do, and she looks a hell of a lot nicer doing it. So I'm going to show you some of the features, and I'm going to show them on the 2 prototypes. This is Prototype 1, and this is Prototype 2. I like to call Prototype 2 Lucy, and Lucy will be released to market sometime next year. Okay, so the first thing is using your phone, and I'm going to show this on Prototype 1. You can change the color of your purse to any color you want. So you can go from green to blue, there's purple, fuchsia. I'm going to put her on turquoise because I like the turquoise. Now, prototype 1 is a very simple abstract design, but we have some stunning designs coming out, including one where the whole front of the purse lights up, another where the threads on the outside and the brass accents are illuminated. We're also experimenting with these really gorgeous light panels that light the fabric up underneath and then change color, so it's really going to be quite spectacular. You can also take a picture with your camera and the purse will match to that exact color. So if you're going out and you want to match your shoes, for example, with your purse, and again, imagine some really cool designs, the purse can do that. The second thing, and this is my favorite, is if you have a call coming in, the purse will let you know, and I'm going to show you that on 2 of these. So either by flashing or solid illumination. It's your choice. And you can program a different color in your phone for every person that's in your phone, so you always know who's calling. So if you're at dinner, maybe you only pick up because the purse is flashing red, and red means it's your spouse. Or maybe you don't pick up because red means it's your spouse. I don't judge. Now, Lucy here also has an email indicator, and that is right here, and mine's flashing red, which means I have an urgent email, I gotta go, I'll see you guys later. The third thing is she charges 3 devices simultaneously. So your phone will never be dead again. Neither will your iPad, and neither will your friend's Fitbit. The fourth thing is if you can't find your phone, Lucy will find it for you. And there's so many other things, but I just want to leave you with the last one, which is that if you're on your phone and someone starts taking away with your purse, someone tries to grab your purse will let you know. And because it's Bluetooth, the purse is upgradable for its entire lifetime. So as technology evolves, so does the purse. And we're already working on a version for version 2.0 where when you leave your house, if your 5 most important things are not in your purse, your lipstick, your keys, your cell phone, etc., your purse will let you know. Thank you and good night. But there's more. And all of this is possible because of a removable device that we patented called the Optical Coupler, or as I like to call it, magic, which basically means there's no wires, there's no electronics, there's no batteries physically attached to the purse. And because of this technology, I have other products in development, including light-up gowns, light-up red carpet gowns that actually shimmer, and wait for it, high heels that go from 5 inches to flat electronically. So here's an idea whose time has come. Now let's talk about these ideas for a second, because I believe every good idea requires good problem solving. Yes. Noticing your surroundings, right? Using your resources. Example, several years ago, I'm in China on business. I'm exhausted. The hotel's out of coffee. Now, I'm a coffee drinker, so they might as well have been out of like water and air. Now, there's a grocery store across the street that sells coffee. Easy enough, right? Except if you've ever been to China, you know the traffic laws are insane, and there's only 2 speeds of traffic, fast and roadkill. Okay, so I'm here, and the coffee is there. And I can see it, and I'm terrified. And I should not have worn heels. I could have used my invention back then. So I start observing, because obviously people are somehow making it back and forth across the street, right? But this is the most terrifying maze I've ever seen. It's like a human version of Frogger. It's literally like, you know, to get across. I mean, I can't figure it out. 2 seconds too fast, 1 second too early, and that's, you know, that's it. You're toast. So I wait, and I wait, and all of a sudden, a pregnant woman appears, and she's about to cross the street, and I'm like, this is perfect. I'll just shadow her, because no one's going to hit a pregnant woman, right? Wrong. I'm just kidding. No, the pregnant woman's fine. Obviously, I'm fine. I went right behind that pregnant woman, and I did that whole Frogger walk that she apparently knew, and I got across the street, and I got my coffee. And that was the day I learned you don't need to be a genius to solve any problem. You only need two things. One, unrelenting desire. And two, a pregnant Chinese woman. Notice your surroundings, use your resources. Listen, I did a calculation, and it turns out I've been doing fashion for about 51,000 hours of my life. So what have I learned in 51,000 hours? Always carry spare batteries. And also, that fashion is not really about the fashion. It's not really about the clothing. It's about how the clothing makes us feel. Yes. It's about the experience that it gives us. And I believe now, for the first time in history, we have access to more resources than ever before to quantify this experience. We are living in the future. Everything the science fiction writers wrote about, everything the dreamers dreamed, it's happening now. You know, we already have clothing that can survive grenade attacks at point-blank range, a digital skin that can make you invisible, and self-healing fabrics. Tomorrow, it might be clothing that can detect tumors, yoga shirts that give you B12 shots, or 3D printers in your closets. And in the future, what experiences will that hold? I mean, I dream of fashionable exoskeletons that can make the physically disabled, that can help the physically disabled walk, and biometric sensor clothing so that a grandmother who can't be near her grandbaby can feel his heartbeat through her camisole via haptic tap technology. The possibilities are endless, but they're only possible because of our ideas. Listen, I bet some of you, maybe even all of you, at some point in your life you had an idea, a creation, an invention to solve a problem, improve the human experience, maybe even change the world, and you abandoned it, right? Someone in here did. And you gave up. And why? Maybe someone told you you couldn't. Maybe you didn't have the time. Maybe you didn't have the money. Maybe technology wasn't there. Maybe you tried and you failed. Thomas Edison had a brilliant idea. He failed at it 1,000 times. But the 1,001 time, well, you guys know, he lit up the world. Every person in this room is a light. Every person in this room is a light. And your ideas, no matter how small, no matter how insignificant you think they may be, belong in the world. And if they are not already in the world, it's only because it wasn't the right time. But every good idea has its time. And now might be that time. Look, I don't know what's going to happen with this latest dream. I don't know. Could be the biggest hit. Could be the biggest flop. It had better not flop. But I'll tell you one thing. I will not stop trying, I will not stop persevering, and I will not give up until I have lit up the entire fashion industry. Never, never, never give up, and never rob the world of your precious, precious ideas. And if I can just leave you with one thing, it's to remember that when you are facing that problem that seems impossible to solve, when you yourself find yourself standing at that insane road in China wondering how you're going to get to where you need to go, call an Uber, because that's been invented now. Thank you very much.